It's officially happening, you guys. I knew this moment would come, and I've been dreading. I've been inching towards it though. We've been talking about it in all of my videos. I felt it coming. I wanted to just skip this step. I knew it was inevitable, but it happened, and I'm not a fan. Let me just step on the scale first, show you guys how I'm doing in terms of my bulk and where I'm at. I'm gonna be completely, oh, I broke my couch. I always talk about like intuitively eating and how it's very possible, and you don't really need to track your food. All you sort of need to do is just have a better understanding of what portions look like, have a better understanding of what how your plate should look, and then once you have that done, you can intuitively eat. I know I preached that, but a part of me was like, okay, this bulk might be really difficult without tracking, but I've been guessing correctly this entire time, and it blows my mind. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, even last episode I weighed in at like 13 pounds because I had drank and ate a lot before stepping on the scale, just because I like walked in and I couldn't control myself, and I forgot that I was supposed to record myself stepping on the scale, and I just sort of guessed that I was around like 112 pounds because that's what it sort of seemed like. I had ate enough to put me up like a pound, and this week I'm at like 6, which is literally perfect. I'm gonna be completely honest, like I don't know how it's going so well with me really guessing everything that I do, but it's a good sign to show you guys that honestly all you need is the foundation of like nutrition knowledge, and you can literally do it without any intensive tracking. As I was saying, I have entered the stage of my bulk where I feel fluffy. Like the bulk effects are hitting me. I look at myself in the mirror and I feel sad sometimes. I want to be transparent. I'm not sharing this with you guys to hear the opposite in the comments. First of all, I love you guys to death, and you guys are always there to lift me up. You guys are absolutely incredible. I'm sharing this with you guys so you just follow this bulk with me from beginning to end. Ever since I started tracking my nutrition, and just sort of developing what I told you guys, that knowledge of like what's good food, what's bad foods, what portion sizes are, I've been relatively lean. Like I've been able to eat everything that I want while staying at a low body fat percentage and feeling good and like being energized, so I wasn't restricting myself at all. So, and I told you guys that this bulk was the first time ever in my life that I had strictly bulked. Like before I had put on some weight, it wasn't on this like schedule. And so to have this specific routine, even though it is a lean bulk, I'm still putting on weight faster than I probably have ever. I'm especially really short, so like the addition of like 5 to 6 pounds looks really different on someone who's shorter. It's getting to me. My clothes are more snug than usual. It was to the point that the other day I was like laying there in my bed and I was like, is it even worth the fat ass? Do I really want it that bad? But the answer is yes. Honestly, when I think about it now, to be a heavier weight and to, in the end, because I'm not going to be cutting after this. I get asked this a lot. People are always like, aren't you tired of the bulking, cutting? I don't do that. I just knew that I wanted to be a heavier weight, and to gain some mass on my lower body. So once I reach my goal weight, I'm not going to be cutting. I'm just going to be recomping. So I'm just going to try to lean out at that same body fat, at that same body weight. But I was like, damn, to be lean at a higher body weight would look absolutely incredible. So I'm excited again. I think it's time to give you guys a physique update with measurements because it's been a while since I've done that. So let's set that up and let's get going. I definitely see a difference. We've got about a 25-inch waist. We're right about here for the glutes. So I get asked a lot how I'm sort of staying a little bit lean while I'm bulking. This entire series is a little bit about that. The way I'm basically keeping my leanness, or some of it at least, preserving it as much as I can, is by bulking in the way that I am, which is really slow compared to like the average bulk. A lot of people gain a pound a week and I'm shooting for 0.5, so half a pound a week. So that just takes a little bit longer, but it lets me control the weight gain. And I also have not removed my cardio, which I personally think helps a lot with stuff like that. My two main goals have been to increase my glute size while keeping my waist size very close to what it was initially. I started at 24 inches. Right now I'm about at 25. Currently pulled up to the gym parking lot. It is 4 p.m. It is about to be literally a shit show in the gym, but I wanted to let you guys know, I said in my other video that I'm going to be focusing just being more intent with my progressive overload by marking down the weights that I'm using for certain rep ranges. And today I'm going to challenge the weights that I had listed from the last time that I had said that. I had listed 135 for 15, 185 for 12, and 205 for 12. The way that works is my 185 was not my 12 rep max. It was just that I was building up and trying to see what was my 12 rep max, and the fact that I stopped at 205 indicates that 205 definitely felt heavy for me. It could have just been the day, because I know that I have a lot better, I have days where I do 225 for 12, but nonetheless, I have 205 listed for 12. I'm gonna really push my limits today and see what I can get for the 12 to 10 rep range. Write that down, and we're gonna keep working at challenging these numbers, because that's what's really gonna help me, I think, try to put a little bit more emphasis on my glutes. Of course, I've been doing that already, but it just, sometimes you need structure even if you think you don't. And I think that's the point that I was at. I felt like I could just sort of do everything by myself just because I've been doing it for so long, but just, it doesn't hurt to write things down and keep track of what you're doing exactly.
Baby, it's whatever. All this ever about you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your back, I disappear. But if it don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. And no man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, of my shoulder. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you, the weight, do you, the weight, do you, don't need a no man. Don't need a no man. Back and I'm better. You had to go back where you came from, now you're bitter. Out of sight, out of mind for real. Yeah, I wouldn't wanna be you for real. But if it don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. No man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, of my shoulder. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you, the weight, do you, the weight of you, don't need a no man. I could show you how.
I had a lovely workout and I beat the numbers that I wrote down, so I'm happy. I met my goals, so I'm happy. This is honestly the worst part about grocery shopping, like taking all of this upstairs. No, but here's the thing. By the way, I walked into the house and I saw Elena and she's FaceTiming Nona. I've probably never met anyone who loves pasta as much as I do, except for Elena. So we're making Alfredo, and I'm showing you guys my favorite part. Like when you add the cheese and the sauce thickens. I'm coming. Alright.
I'm literally gonna cry right now. Hold up.
Wait, why?
Because.
Oh, you're excited?
You ready?
Yeah. What am I? That's why the other day, remember when my camera was just making buzzing noises? We were recording and it was like zzz. I'm like, oh, it's the elevator. She's like, no, it's your camera. I didn't even notice it's such a common noise. My camera has like no case, no lens cover, and I take it everywhere with me.
And drop it.
Guys, before I go to sleep, I had an epiphany. Actually, I don't know if it would be called epiphany. Definitely wouldn't be called an epiphany. I had an idea. So I'm gonna change a little bit about my split. I am fully convinced that sprints are absolutely incredible. So I'm going to be adding an additional cardio day, sprint day. I already have one sprint day, one list day. So I'm gonna add a third sprint day. I'm probably gonna have to squeeze it in with some other day. Maybe my upper day. My upper days are like not as taxing as my lower days, so I could definitely include it on my upper days. And then I usually for my list cardio, I end up doing around like 40 minutes, near like 35 to 40, 30 to 40. I'm just gonna like chop it. So maybe like 25 minutes max. You can call me crazy all you want. I'm going to be your guys' science experiment, and we'll see how this turns out in regards to sprints. And another thing before I go to sleep, I don't know, I was reading my DMs, and first of all, I lost this DM, which I'm very sad about. I was in my kitchen and I had like scrolled really deep into my DMs requests, sort of skimming, and the one caught my attention, so I tapped it and I read it, and then I was cooking, so then I was like, all right, I'll come back to it later, and I literally can't find it for the life of me. But if you are seeing this, I read your message and I heard you, and I'm really, really sad that I can't respond to you right now. But the message was a woman who basically just messaged me. So recently on my Instagram stories, I've been talking about how like guys make me uncomfortable in my DMs, and I've talked about this before on here. And that's why a lot of the times I'll say stuff like, I don't really want a lot of guys on my profile. And then the thing is, that statement, I say it a lot because it serves its purpose. Every guy who is on the brink of being really fucking weird gets insulted by that statement. And the minute they hear that, they call me sexist and they leave, which is the fucking plan. So get off my page. And then the guys who are just men and really decent human beings oftentimes understand where I'm coming from, you know? I had talked about that entire topic on my Instagram story for a little bit. Something occurred in terms of someone DMing me. I had posted it on my story. There was just this big discussion about boys and the way they verbally assault women online. So she had responded to those stories, and then the following day she had messaged me about her experience that she just had at the gym, where she felt, I think, damn, I hope I'm remembering this correctly, but I think it was that like this guy would not stopped staring at her, rolled his window down, winked at her, made her feel so uncomfortable with literally like staring at her. And she just came to talk to me about it in my DM. So I'm like annoyed and sorry that you have to experience something like that, and I'm sorry that that just comes with being a woman sometimes, and it shouldn't. And I feel for you. This topic in general really pisses me off. It really, really upsets me. I feel like that as women, what we experience online and in person as a majority cannot be compared to what men experience. And that's because men are the problem. And I'm going to stand by that and be very vocal and verbal about that on my platforms, because I'm tired of people being really quiet about this. Let me tell you what really, really bugs me about this. Here's the issue. I think that we as women are way too quiet about this stuff. I'm tired of the fact that men can post videos of them deadlifting from the back, because that's arguably one of the most comfortable ways to set up your camera, because the front has an entire rack to it. So you would be literally blocking the entire exercise if you recorded it from the front. Squats from the back. I'm tired of them being able to comfortably record and post gym content, but women are not. Because a man can post in a stringer, his entire chest exposed, in short shorts, and all he gets are other men supporting him, and women mind their own business. And if a woman does cross platforms and comment on pictures and videos like that, it is a majority of the time harmless. And men, and by the way, when I say men, that doesn't mean all men. I don't know if I have to be somebody's English teacher, but the English language has like natural implications. If I'm not saying all men, then I don't mean all men. But for women, you have to constantly worry about, is the angle that I'm posting in going to get me verbally assaulted online by men? Are men going to see that as an invitation to send me unsolicited dick pics? Tell me that I deserve to be raped. Tell me that I'm a slut. Tell me that they imagine having sex with me in detail because I simply took a video of me recording that set them off because they don't know how to control their horniness. As a woman, you constantly have to read DMs and messages from men who get so hard off a video of you bench pressing that they can't control themselves and flood your DMs with descriptive messages about what they want to and what they would do to you if they saw you. I'm not saying that men do not go through this, but I know for a fact it is not happening at the volume that it happens for women. I spoke about it on my Instagram story, and all these girls from burner accounts, like 0 followers, 0 pictures, told me, yep, that's exactly why I deleted my account. That's exactly why I can't post on Instagram. You guys make women feel uncomfortable in 90% of the places that they're in. And I'm also so tired of people coming in my DMs. And sometimes I understand that people mean good by this, but they come into my DMs and they say, please don't give them any attention. Please be the bigger person. These people are fucking creeps. These people are this. These people are that. First of all, me defending myself is never stooping to their level. Second of all, I'm tired of women having to be the bigger people in every situation. I don't want to. I don't want to not address this. I don't want to not be vocal about this. You guys get what I'm saying? Constantly, like, I'm supposed to experience the things I experienced at the volume that I experience it and be the bigger person. I don't want to be. Like, I'm tired of this expectation that women should be more understanding. Women should be the better people. Women should calm the situation down by avoiding it. And that's my fucking 2 cents about this. And I'm sick of not only on my page scrolling through a woman's page and just seeing her get assaulted in her comments. And I know there's nothing I can do specifically just to stop this thing overall, but I am never going to be quiet about this. You would be nothing without the boys following you. The only thing that some of the guys on my platform give me is the really good men that sometimes I engage in conversations with in my comments and my DMs, and they just give me hope for the rest of you. That's the only thing good that comes out of the men on my platform. I got it out my system. You guys think about it. To the girls who are watching this, to my girls online, never stop being vocal about this. Stop being the bigger and the better person. I've done that far too long in my life, and I will continue to be the bigger and better person in a lot of situations, but not this one. And I encourage you to do the same. We don't have to be good people if they're being fucking evil, and that's my opinion. But I'm extending it to you, and you do what you want with that. I love you guys to death. Thank you for tuning into this episode. I'll see you guys next week. Mwah.